right. So all good things they have to come to an end. Well, this is a musical one. This is really nice. Tri-services marching medley. We come to the end of our musical journey and we present the band's concluding rendition for tonight, entitled Tri-services marching medley. Voice all ready? All ready. Right. So this soul-stirring medley comprises the signature marching songs of the Indian Navy, Jai Bharati, the Indian Air Force, Desh Pukare Jab Sabko, the Indian Army, Kadam Kadam Badhai Jao, and finally, the ever so popular patriotic song Sare Jahan Se Acha, providing a fitting finale to the evening's performance. Please welcome the conductor of this piece, Commander Satish Champion.
बढ़ता आगे सीना था वायु
जिनमें अकेले चलने का हौसला होता है, उनके पीछे एक दिन पूरा काफिला होता है। सेना है तो हम हैं। जल, वायु, थल सेना के लिए एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो। I hope you all enjoyed the musical performance. Now here, I will request our Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, to please come on stage and address the gathering.
Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, Shri Brigadier Dr. V.D. Mishra ji, Shri Tashi Galsan, Chief Executive Councillor, Shri Jamyan Chering, Member of Parliament, Dr. Pawan Kotwal, Advisor to the Lieutenant Governor, Lieutenant General Rashim Bali, GOC, Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan, General Officers, Air Officers, the Flag Officers, soldiers, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all of you, and I hope you enjoyed this performance. Well, I certainly did. There was a fantastic performance, a great blend of the naval band as well as the local band from Ladakh. I think you can give them a big hand. At the outset, it's a proud privilege for the Navy to host His Excellency the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh at this band concert. Sir, your presence here bolsters our resolve to reach out to our countrymen of this all-important Union Territory of Ladakh. Which brings me to the moot point. What are seagoing sailors doing here, nearly 2,000 kilometers away from the ocean? And why is the Chief of the Navy addressing this August gathering? The reasons are many, but the most important one is that whatever happens at sea has an effect also at places much far from it. You'd be surprised if I were to say that Ladakh too has an oceanic connect. For one, we don't need to dig too deep into history, but we also could dig deep under these plains and the mountains of Ladakh. You would find fossils of coastal trees, fish, and other oceanic species in these lands, pointing to the fact that Ladakh actually rose from the sea, from the seabed of the Tethys Sea some 20 million years ago. The scenic beauty and the geological marvel that makes Ladakh a tourism destination today finds its origins in the oceans. Another distinct identity of Ladakh, I would say, is Buddhism. The land is revered for the values and teachings of Lord Buddha and the followers from all over the world. They flock to Ladakh to relearn the Buddhist way of life. And one of the reasons why Buddhism spread all across the globe is the ocean voyages that our monks undertook to Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Thailand, and all the way to Japan. So thus, the Maritime Connect has had a major role to play in connecting Buddhism across the world. And you also know that Ladakh was one of the key waypoints in the ancient Silk Route that acted as a conduit for flow of goods from the east to the west. It witnessed a steady footfall of travelers and traders for centuries. However, with the establishment of the maritime spice routes, movement of goods between Asia and Europe gradually shifted slowly and subsequently firmly into the seas. And as I said earlier, events at sea affect not just the coast but also the hinterland. And having spoken about Ladakh's maritime link with the past, let me now highlight the present day connect. You would be surprised to know that the oil that fuels your vehicles, or the very vehicles that ply these roads, or the internet data that you consume, or the mobile phones that you carry, or some of the household goods that you use, or the famous apricots that Ladakh exports, all depend on the oceans and the ships for the maritime trade, for it to be bought and sold and taken across the globe. So today, with nearly 95% of India's trade by volume and 68% by value transiting upon the seas, the livelihood of every Ladakhi is linked in one way or the other to the seas. And I firmly believe that we must come out from the confines of the mountains, the horizons of the plains, limits imposed by the shores, and take to the seas and use them to propel India forward. As India moves from the 5th largest economy to the 4th largest in about a year's time, and subsequently to the 3rd and perhaps the 2nd largest economy in the world, our trade volumes will increase, and everything that we buy and sell, a major part of it will have to flow through the sea, through the ships. So that is why the oceans will remain a key part of our lives. So it is with this view, and to make our citizens aware of our maritime identity, that the Indian Navy has embarked on a journey to awaken the maritime Indian, which is inherent there in all of us. And we are not limiting ourselves to the coastal states alone. Rather, we are focusing on the states farthest from the seas, be it Nagaland last year or now Ladakh this year. Our effort is to connect with the people, tell them about the seas, speak to them about the Navy, and assist them in our global endeavors. In a nutshell, build a long-lasting bond of friendship which are as deep as the oceans. At the same time, this outreach is a step in fulfilling our duty towards building Ek Bharat, Shresh Bharat. In the words of Sir John Hackett, the military life is about an ordered application of force under an unlimited liability. And it is this unlimited liability which keeps the profession of arms separate from all other professions in the world. There is no other profession which demands an unlimited liability from you. So therefore, this is one of the noblest professions, and our endeavor is to encourage the youth to try and join and serve the nation. I would like to also tell you that when you look at any naval warship, you will see a true microcosm of India. You will see personnel from every cross-section of our society, from every region and state of our country, all gel into one strong team that is ready to take on our adversaries and ever willing to give up their lives for our sacred Tiranga. A beautiful symphony of proud, dedicated and resolute Indians living within perhaps 100-meter odd length of steel converted into a ship. In a way, a ship represents cutting-edge technology, weapons, computers, sensors, machinery, gas turbines, networks, communication equipment, nuclear propulsion, and so on. So, you could equate this phenomenon with what you just witnessed and experienced here. This naval band here too comprises of talented musicians from across the country playing equally diverse scores, including the ones from Ladakh, to produce music that has no equal. So such is the strength of our people, our armed forces, our nation and our navy. So we have set ourselves a goal to induct at least one person each from every block of our country in the near future and every village of our country in a slightly later time. As of today, we have sailors and officers from nearly 656 districts, including from Leh, in the Indian Navy. The number of naval personnel from this Union Territory is just 7. That is 6 officers and 1 sailor, and 6 sailors and 1 officer. And we are working to change this, and our target is at least 700. 7 is too less a number, and we are looking at targeting at least 700 in the year ahead. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why me and my team are here. I must thank the Ladakh administration for their unwavering support to the multitude of activities that we are conducting as part of this outreach. I thank the Lieutenant Governor for his guidance and motivation, without which all of this would not have been possible. I thank the GOC, 14 Corps and his team for their wholehearted assistance, support, logistics, cooperation and all facilitation from their side in the true spirit of championship. And on that note, I sincerely hope that we as a Navy were able to touch the right chords. We hope to see more Ladakhis in the Navy for sure. Thank you. Shana Varan, Jai Hind, Bharat Tak ki Jai.
Thank you so much, sir. And now may I request our chief guest, Honorable Lieutenant Governor Ladakh, Brigadier Dr. Mehdi Rajai, sir, to please come up on the stage to felicitate the performers. May I now request the chief guest, Honorable Lieutenant Governor, sir, present a memento to the Director of Music, Commander Satish Chandra. Thank you, sir. May I now request the Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Kumar, to present a memento to Dashuk's band, I would say renowned Dashuk's band of Leh. They have been doing a phenomenal job in Ladakh, making us proud, and in Ladakh too.
the Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, to present a memento to our wonderful host, Mrs. Tenzin Wanmo, who led us through this musical journey. Mrs. Tenzin Wanmo.
All right, so the moment we've been waiting for, we would definitely like to hear from our chief guest, the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, Brigadier Dr. Vidin Retired, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was just given an option. I think my ADC was told by the anchor or maybe by the CNS, and he came and asked me whether I would like to say something. And I thought that if I do not admire this program, do not admire the initiative of CNS, do not admire the music, all these people who are here, and all the Ladakh people who have played and who have sung so well, I would be failing in my duty. And therefore I volunteered. And I volunteered here. Shri Tyashi Gyalsan ji, our CEC, Admiral Hari Kumar, Chief of Naval Staff, Jamayan Sering Namgyal, our MP, Executive Councillors, Dr. Pon Kotwal, IAS Advisor to Lieutenant Governor Ladakh, General Rashim Bali, Corps Commander 14 Corps, and Sri S.D. Singh Jamwal, ADGP Ladakh, Secretaries of UT Ladakh, officers, guests, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful evening we had. I had not expected that the standard will be so high, it will be so good, and it will be so excellent. Very good performance, and I think all the credit goes to the naval performers who are here, and of course, so beautiful. How nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, I met Chief of Naval Staff some time back, maybe, I think, when I was governor, I think Meghalaya or somewhere. So I met him. And then thereafter I shifted here, and again I met him, and then I requested that he must sponsor our young boys and girls to some of the naval establishment, and he should coach them so that they can compete and join Indian Armed Forces. And he put a condition. He said, look, I'm prepared to do it, but they have got to join Navy. Now, that was a very good problem. How do I convince my boys and girls that you go and join Navy? But then he said, no, you check. So I thought I must do something about it. So I called the NCC head here. And I said to prepare. So he's preparing, and our boys and girls will go. And about 30 of them. He said, number is no problem. But today, he's a very clever person. Today when he was there with me in the office, I had called the NCC head here. So he said, look, make sure that people from Ladakh join Navy. so I think he has got full right to say so. And I'm very keen that people from mountain, they should also go to sea. And that is what we are trying, and that is for the good of our youth. And I'm very keen that at least 50 of our children, 50 of our youth, they should join Navy. And earlier the better. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what CNS said about the Navy, its importance for the security of the nation, is very, very correct. If our trade routes are not open on the high seas and also Indian Ocean and other places, we will be hemmed in. Hemmed in. And that is very important role which they are performing. And they are doing so well. It is very good, very capable, and my compliments goes to Indian Navy. I'm very happy that they came here and they came in such a big number and they are conducting so many events. And it's very capable, and I think we should be beholden to them and wish on. Ladies and gentlemen, the entire security scene and also political economic scene and also external policy scene of India changed on 26th of May 2014. A man came on the scene at the apex political leadership, Sri Narendra Modi ji. And at that time, the Indian armed forces, they had the biggest problem. For many years, for a decade almost, nobody had bothered that their combat capability should be increased. We were in a very bad state of preparedness for the war. God forbid, and I pray that war should not come. But if it comes, then we have to defend ourselves. And he started that war. And today, we are exporting BrahMos missile. Earlier, there was nothing which we are making in our country. And we are now making the aircraft carrier. We are making the guns. I had gone to artillery regiment and I was talking to that officer. He was saying that guns in India, he said, what you had seen when you were in army, he said, those are all finished. He said, we are making very good guns. And what he said very importantly, he said, we are making our ordnance factories here in India. And that's the progress. And that's the progress this man has brought, Sri Narendra Modi ji. And I think, under his leadership, we are moving ahead. Not only on economic field, he was saying that we are going to become the second largest economy in the world. And we were nowhere. And I feel very happy. Not that it is as special. I was born under the British rule. I was 9 years old when India became independent in 1947. I've seen what it was then. And those people who were ruling us, today they are behind us. They are behind us in economy, in everything. And there's an Indian who is their prime minister. So it is a great thing. And we are doing very well as a nation. We are very well poised to defend ourselves. We are very well poised to move forward on the international arena. The credit goes to every citizen of this country and also. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much, sir. Before I proceed further, I would like to call on stage First Lady Mrs. Neela Mishra and Mrs. Kalahari Kumar on stage. Request both of you to please join. जोरदार तालियों के साथ हम स्वागत करते हैं. May I now request the Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, to present a memento to the Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, Brigadier Dr. Vidya Kumar retired. Thank you, sir. Gratitude to all of us.
ओवर हो गया सर, ब्लैंक हो गया। नहीं अभी बंद नहीं हुआ है, लेकिन प्रोग्राम खत्म हो गया।
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem.